Hello students, welcome back to the introduction of Python programming. In the previous video we have seen the numeric data types and also none. Now in this video we are going to see this string data types and how we can give names for a variable, all those things. String means it's an ordered sequence of letters or characters which is enclosed within single quotes or double quotes. Within this single quotes or double quotes, you can give any character or any symbols or signs, or you can include even space. You can use digits also. So whenever we enclose these in double quotes or single quotes, this becomes string. Then they are immutable. That means we can't change. Once it is created, we can't change that. For example, A equals Arpida. This is a sequence of characters which is enclosed within single quotes. So this will be treated as string. Now let's see the escape sequence. These are a sequence, that means a character which is a special character which have a specific function. For example, /n. In C++ also you can see this one. These escape sequence /n, which denotes new line character, /r carriage return, /t horizontal tab, /v vertical tab, and inside the string if you want to give a slash, then you need to use double slash. Or if you want to give a quotes, or double quotes or single quotes, it need to be preceded with a slash. So this way, escape sequence can be used to form the string. Now let's see how we can check the data type. Suppose we want to check the data type of anything, you need to use the function type. Here I have giving a string within the type function. So it is showing the type of its string. Look at the second example, 3.2. It seems to be a number, but it is enclosed within double quotes. So it is a string. The type of it is a string. Now let's see how we can convert one type to another, one data type to another. We can convert one data type to another. The process is called the type conversion or type casting. There is two type of typecasting. One is explicit and second one is implicit typecasting, type conversion. So let's see the implicit first. This implicit type conversion is done by the compiler and it is automatically done by the compiler. And when it happens, when we inside an expression, when we mix the data types together. For example, inside an equation, an integer is coming and also a float is coming. Then automatically the interpreter converts this integer to float, because integer is lower type and float is higher type. It converts the lower to the higher type. So it is also called a type promotion. It converts from the lower to high, so it is also called by the name type promotion. But in this case, this is happening from lower to higher. But let's see the explicit now. Explicit type conversion, it is done by the programmer. We forcefully doing the conversion, that is explicit. Then how we can do that? With the help of some functions called the constructors. Say int, float, str, bool. These functions can be used to convert to that particular type. Let's see this example first. We have a variable a with the value 12.34. So definitely it's a floating point number. Now with the help of int, we are converting, with the help of this constructor, we are converting this 12.34 to integer. That means it takes only the integer part. Let's display this b. At that time you will getting the value 12 only, because it is converted to, even though it is 12.34 in a, it is converted to integer. Now let's see another example. This is from higher to lower conversion, first example. So one thing is happening, 12 is only there now. 0.34 is gone. So data loss may happen when we convert the higher type to lower one. Now let's see the second example. A equals 25. Float A. This 25 means it's an integer. Float A. That means A integer is converted to float. Now let's see display that 25.0 will be displayed because integer is converted to float. Now let's see what are the rules for forming variable names. There are some rules. You have to follow those rules to convert that to variable names. So you can use variable names of any size, but always try to make it short. And the allowable characters are A to Z, 0 to 9, and underscore. No other symbols, not even space is allowed. Alphabets, digits, and underscore only allowed. And third rule is we need to begin a variable with an alphabet or underscore. It must begin with an alphabet or underscore. That means digits are not allowed as the beginning letter. Now, should not use a keyword. Keyword means these are the words which having some special meaning. For example, if or for, if. All these words have some special meaning. You can't use those words as the variable name. Now, variable name, while giving the variable name, you must give some meaningful names, and also it must be short. Even though you can give big variable names, but always keep it short. And also give lowercase letters. You can mix up all together. So these are the naming rules. Now we know how to name the variable. Now let's see how we can give values to the variables. Using the assignment operator, you can give values to the variable. It is very easy, just LHS equals RHS. This form can be used. S equals Jacob. Jacob is a string, and we are storing this Jacob to S. So S is now a string. Then 16 is stored to age. So it in integer is stored to age. RHS will be stored to LHS. Now multiple assignment is also possible. Here P comma Q comma R comma N equals 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma Arjun. So here what is happening is 10 is stored to P, and 20 is stored to Q, and 30 is stored to R. Now Arjun is stored to N. So multiple assignments can be clubbed together like this. So we already studied what are the data types, what is the identity of a variable or object, how we can name the object or variable, and how we can give values to the variable. So that's all in this session. Go through the videos, study well. Thank you.